The Simon Jordans.
Yeah.
I won't be speaking to him.
Oh, you don't like him?
And I'm only joking. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, I just know he's talked sport. You know the.
No, I will speak to everybody apart from
Sky.
Why not?
Because of reasons I can't disclose. I think they're very unprofessional.
Okay.
I'll never speak to. You'll never catch me doing a Sky interview ever, or working for Sky. Never.
Wow. Okay.
Never.
They disrespected you?
Disrespected me massively. I'll never work for them.
And you don't want to say why?
I'll never say why.
Okay.
They know why.
They know.
And it was massively unprofessional. I'll never work with them.
Okay.
I can be the great thing. I can be the greatest heavyweight fighter of all time, the best athlete to ever come out of the UK. I'll never ever work with Sky.
Really?
Yeah.
When you say work, does that also mean like an interview?
Well, if I'm in a media scrum and someone from Sky asks me a question, I won't answer it.
Wow.
They'll never get headlines from me ever again.
Wow. That's big. I mean, they're the number one.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm the number one.
Well, I mean, media.
I don't give a shit about
Okay,
media.
fair. Hey, respect. So I see the way the UK media covers boxers.
Yeah, boxing is a lot bigger
Tyson,
in the UK.
AJ. Do you think now that one of their own champion of a sport, of the glamour of it, do you think they'll treat you as such?
I hope so. Not only for my sake, but more for the sake of UK MMA.
Yeah.
I want it to be as big as possible. We're not celebrating enough, I don't think. We're probably celebrated more by other countries than we are in our own country, which is sad. Football and boxing, football being soccer, and boxing is massive in the UK. It's covered massively everywhere. MMA is still a little bit niche, which is a shame.
The champion deal was kind of not done, but it was moved along by the fact family values, but it's a good product, nice people. We need the sport to grow. We need it to go the right way. You know, when we've all gone and we're not doing this, are there going to be leagues of MMA fighters? Are gyms going to be employed to feed fighters upwards, or is the UFC going to keep a monopoly and keep doing what they're talking politics now?
I think we spoke about it before. Is like, I want young fighters to not go through what we've been through, which is financial issues. Until basically you can't really be good at MMA unless somebody's funding you to do it, or you've got a really good sponsor, or I have my dad and some close friends around me who I owed a lot of money to, and by the time I was making any money, I was in debt. I had to pay people back. I would love them to get financially supported from the time you're 16 and you're really into it. You can fight on local shows and make at least a couple of grand just to keep you going till your next fight. That'd be amazing.
Tom Aspinall recently made it very clear that he doesn't hold Sky Sports in high regard. During a recent chat with Ariel Helwani, he was asked a seemingly straightforward question, but his response surprised many. Without going into details, Tom simply said, "I don't respect Sky Sports," and then moved on. No further explanation, just a firm dismissal. Immediately, fans across the UK started wondering what might have caused this tension with one of the nation's biggest sports broadcasters. Some think it could stem from Sky's history of overlooking or downplaying MMA in comparison to boxing. Even as the UFC's popularity has skyrocketed, mainstream UK media like Sky haven't always given fighters like Tom the spotlight they deserve. Maybe this was the breaking point for him. To really understand that frustration, though, you have to look back. Before Tom was headlining UFC events or holding the interim heavyweight title, he was fighting just to stay afloat in the sport. MMA wasn't always lucrative enough to support a full-time training career. So what did he do? He turned to boxing and trained alongside the Fury family. That's right, Tom spent years working out in the same gyms as Tyson and Tommy Fury.
I was sparring with Tyson Fury, who was like a big deal at the time. Yep. And also I trained with Darren Till. Darren Till at the time was like a big deal.
Yep.
So it was kind of, I had like a little bit more, people knew I was a little bit more just from like being associated to them guys. When I got in the UFC, I had 3 kids and I had no money. I had absolutely no money at all. Zero. I owed my dad probably 4 or 5 grand. Remember, no, I don't even remember. How much was it? More than that. I owed him a lot of money, and I owed friends like a few. I paid it back. And
I'm sorry.
I didn't have any money.
Good, hilarious. He goes, "You're kidding, right? You're gonna lie right in front of me."
I can't remember, but I owed people money.
Yeah.
So I paid them back. That was the first thing. Yeah.
And then what'd you do with your very last check?
I bought a really nice house, but that wasn't with my last fight. So I bought like my dream house
For you, man.
couple of fights ago, actually.
What's Tom Aspinall's dream house?
I've got like a 3-story house,
Nice.
and it's like in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, I don't think I really bought much from my last fight. You know, I don't really. I'm not a massive spender, to be honest. I've got everything I need, to be honest with you. Everything from now moving forward is just like a bonus, which is nice. It's great.
Tom sharpened his boxing skills and built toughness, not because he wanted to switch sports, but because he had to. MMA wasn't paying the bills, but boxing was. The irony is hard to miss. Sky Sports adores the Fury name, hyping every move Tyson makes. Yet they barely give Tom Aspinall any attention as he tears through the heavyweight division. Maybe that double standard is exactly what Tom was calling out. While he hasn't said it outright, fans are starting to connect the dots. Feeling like an outsider in his own country's media, having to fight for recognition without support from legacy broadcasters like Sky, Tom's path has been far from smooth. He's faced constant setbacks, whether waiting endlessly on Jon Jones or being sidelined by UFC politics.
This is the only sport in the world you can have somebody hold your career back.
Yep. I've been almost a year inactive with no prospects of anything. Just be ready, and we'll just let you know.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of difficult, like mentally, to.
Oh, yeah.
This is the fight against Jon Jones. Like, not the fight is another thing.
Yeah.
This is the tricky bit where I really have to stay switched on, stay motivated, and I'm trying my best. I'm trying. It's tough. As you said a minute ago, no one really knows what's going on behind the scenes apart from me.
Exactly. You're in office cooking.
I train all the time anyway. Just because I've not got a fight doesn't mean I don't train. Like, I honestly can see Jon's point of view. I get it. I get it. It's just about the title for me. I just want the title, that's it. Does nothing else really matters. So
you're like, let me do my thing, let me fight.
I just want to fight.
And I think that's the respectful way to go about it. It's like, you don't care if it's Jon, and it's no disrespect to Jon, it's no disrespect to anybody out there. You're just trying to fight. I just want to fight.
And they're going to announce it on International Fight Week, but for some reason they announced it last night. I don't know what that reason is. It took me by surprise, at least, but they announced it last night. But ultimately, I was chasing the belt. I was chasing being the #1 heavyweight fighter in the world, which I am, and I can say that I am now, especially with Jon not around and he's retired and that's behind us. But ultimately, the thing that I wanted really was the belt. The fact that Jon's left the sport. Obviously, it would have been better for me career-wise to have that name. Financially, it would have been great as well. But the thing that I was ultimately chasing was the heavyweight title. He's entitled to do whatever he wants, to be honest. I'm not he's done way more in the sport than I have, so he should do whatever he feels is right. If it was so public, for me personally, I don't know if my ego could take it, having not done it. But that's honestly, that's his prerogative. I don't hold any ill will against him for it. For nearly a year now because of this. And I've been healthy the whole time. I've been in the gym the whole time. I've been doing exactly what I'm supposed to do as a high-level operating athlete at the elite level.
Tom Aspinall has faced more challenges than just those inside the octagon, even being overlooked by platforms that claim to represent British sport. His journey has involved fighting battles outside the cage as well. Now, with Jon Jones officially retired and the heavyweight division wide open, Tom is finally stepping into the spotlight on his own terms. But make no mistake, he hasn't forgotten who stood by him and who didn't. Whether he faces Cyril Gane, Sergey Pavlovich, or even Francis Ngannou if he makes a return, Tom is showing that being underrated only fuels his hunger. While Sky Sports has been busy spotlighting the boxing world, Tom has been quietly building the most dangerous heavyweight profile in MMA today. So, if you're wondering why Tom made that statement about Sky Sports, it's not just about one comment, it's about a pattern. A pattern of being overlooked, underestimated, and still rising all the way to the top.